One of the things you would want to be sure to do is, whether you like it or not, get very comfortable, it may take a while, with public speaking, for example. That's an asset that will last you 50 or 60 years, and it's a liability if you don't like doing it and are uncomfortable doing it, that also will last you 50 or 60 years, and it's a necessary skill.
How much are your public speaking skills costing you? You might be thinking, they're not costing me anything. But a statement from Warren Buffett, he was asked by a student at university who was graduating on what's the best skill that they should look into. The number one skill, right, the number one investment that you can make in your career is public speaking. And he shares that he underestimated the value of the unusual person in the workplace, and that most people dread public speaking, or they're not very comfortable, not very good at it. And so when you do that, it increases your importance in the organization significantly. Because what's happening right now is we are in the exposure era. And it is more important now than ever to be seen as a leader, to be standing up, to be speaking, to be sharing your ideas. Perhaps you've experienced this where you had an idea and you didn't share it, and then somebody else did, and they got a lot of credit. And they're like, oh my gosh, there's such a great idea. You're so smart. And this is something that I commonly see with my clients who, before they work with me, they share their frustration that often they're overlooked for promotions. They've been passed over from less qualified candidates. They're not getting the respect or the income that they feel they deserve. And their work isn't getting the praise that they should be getting based on the merit. And so there's two things that we want to look at. Number one, in your work world, there's the competence, there's the role that you're in, and the technical tasks that you're assigned to do. And that's expected. I mean, if you're not capable of doing your job, then you wouldn't be in that job very long, I would imagine. But the other part too is that even if you are significantly better on a technical side, how much different is that from your colleagues? It might be, let's just, if we're putting a number on it, maybe 10%, maybe 15%. It would have you have that advantage. But something that Warren Buffett claims is that the ability to speak in public, that can increase your market value by upwards to 50%. And if we look at it, I mean, how many people are afraid of public speaking, or they avoid at all costs? And so you become an invaluable asset in your organization, because when a presentation comes up, or it's required, and everyone's scrambling and looking around going, okay, who has to do this? They're going to look to you, and you become the automatic person. Now, that can be annoying at first, but it makes you invaluable. And I've had clients that, after working with me, they became the go-to person in their organization. And initially, it's like, oh, there's this extra responsibility that I have. But here's where the payoffs come in. It comes in terms of salary increases. But the other part, too, is when you are seen as the face, or one of the faces of your organization, it becomes very difficult for them to get rid of you, right? That's where you leapfrog your competition. Because now, I mean, if you are representing the organization and people are seeing you, well, they want that because there's that bond that's being built there. And so you become a brand ambassador for your organization. So again, that's another benefit that comes with it in terms of salary negotiations, promotions. It fast tracks your entire career. So that's what I really want you to look at inside and ask yourself, how much are my public speaking skills today costing me, right? Am I hesitating from sharing my ideas? Am I holding back from volunteering to seize speaking opportunities? Is it not the real me that's when I'm getting up there, or perhaps I'm not as effective as I could be? If you answered yes to any of these situations, I guarantee you that your public speaking skills are costing you a lot of money every single year in terms of lost opportunities. And so that's what I want to share with you. A lot of times people reach out to me because there's really two situations. They have a talk coming up and they're afraid of blowing it, or they did a presentation and it went sideways and they go, I never want to experience that again. And that's why I always share that I love clients that reach out first. They're like, look, I have something come up. I want to be ready. I want to speak with confidence to help me look good when I speak. But the other part too, though, is unfortunately when they've bombed a talk, now they have a lot of urgency. And unfortunately that urgency comes with pain, but that's what inspired them to take action, because they don't want to have that again. And I want you to look at this, and I really invite you to consider that this could be a turning point. This is an invaluable skill. It's a leadership, it's a high income skill that's going to propel you for the rest of your career. And it's something that most people are not going to do. That's why people bury their heads in the technical competence, but it's not going to give you that significant leap in terms of ability to stand out from your colleagues. Public speaking will. The fact is, most people are afraid of it, they're not very good at it, or they dread it when they get up there. It's not the real them. And it doesn't have to be a very difficult process, but with the right training, the right support, the right environment, you can fast track this and turn what is for most people, it's a liability. Right? Public speaking is a liability. You can turn that into an asset that's going to propel you for your career. You're going to make money, you're going to make impact, And most importantly, it's going to fast track your advancement. If you want to know more, definitely check out our programs. But that's the one thing. This is such an amazing opportunity to stand out, and most people are sleeping on it.